Hey guys, my name is Hariharan, studying in Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. So today I'm going to talk about history of operating system, explore the origins and evolution of operating system, the invisible backbone of modern computing, the dawn of computing. In early days, there was a device known as the abacus. It was like a tool used to perform simple arithmetic. And next, the first true computer that is known as ENIAC. It was programmed using paper tape and switches. And next, the Commodore 64. It was one of the most popular personal computers of 1980s, running a basic operating system which is known as BASIC. Batch processing. The first operating system where early systems were designed to process batches of jobs such as payroll processing or scientific calculation, scheduling, and memory. System evolved to allow multiple jobs at the same time with automated job scheduling and memory management, enabling better resource utilization. IBM operating system. It was introduced in 1964 and it was first widely used operating system and still it is in use today. The rise of open source, Unix and Linux, Android and Chrome operating system, open source communities. Unix and Linux. It was developed in 1970s and it was first to allow its source code to be freely released. Linux, a free open source Unix clone, it has become widely used server operating system. Android and Chrome OS. Google has released two major open source operating systems, Android for mobile devices and Chrome operating system for laptop. Open source community. The open source software movement has created a vast community of developers who collaborate to produce free and open software for everyone to use and modify. Specialized operating system. There are three types: real-time system, embedded system, supercomputers. Real-time operating systems are optimized for applications with stringent timing requirements such as aircraft flight control system or medical equipment. Embedded system. It runs on small devices like fitness trackers or smart home appliances with limited memory and processing power. Supercomputer. It has high performance computing system and it uses specialized operating system to manage multiple processes and distribute workloads across a cluster of machines. The rise of operating system. There are four types: Unix, MS-DOS, Mac OS, and Linux. Unix. It was developed in 1960s and it was one of the most earliest operating systems to use a command line interface. MS-DOS. Microsoft MS-DOS it became the dominant operating system of the 1980s, paving the way for the Windows. Mac OS. Mac OS is of the brand of Apple and it was introduced the graphical user interface which is known as GUI to home computing in 1980s. Linux, a free and open source operating system. It was developed in 1990s and it is still widely used even now. The modern era. Windows 95. Microsoft groundbreaking release introduced the start menu, taskbar and other features we take for granted. Mac OS X. The Unix-based Mac OS X introduced true multitasking and brought Mac to the new level of popularity. Android. Google's operating system powers the majority of smartphones worldwide. The future of operating system. virtual and augmented reality, that is also known as VR and AR. With the rise of VR and AR, operating systems will need to adapt to entirely new ways of interacting with computers. Next, quantum computing. Quantum powered operating systems will unlock entirely new possibilities in fields like cryptography and artificial intelligence. AI powered systems will become more and more integrated into everyday life, requiring more sophisticated operating systems to manage them. So, moreover, artificial intelligence will take over in the future. Challenges and advancement faced by the operating system is three types, that is security, compatibility, and usability. Security. Hackers and cyber threat pose an ever-evolving threat to operating system compatibility, ensuring that software runs smoothly across different hardware and operating systems. Configuration is always a particular challenge. Usability. As we rely more and more on technology in our daily life, operating systems must become more intuitive and seamless to use. Impact on computing. Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. In Windows, it is the most popular operating system in the world. Mac OS. It is a standard choice for many creative and professionals. Linux. A free and flexible operating system used by developers, businesses, and hobbyists. Operating systems have paved the way for modern computing, with billions and billions of devices around the world relying on them. They have driven innovation and changed the way we work, communicate, and create. Popular operating systems over the years. During 1980s, there are three popular operating systems, that is MS device, Mac system software, and Commodore 64 Basic. During 1990s, Windows 95, Mac OS 8 and 9, and Linux. And the last but not least, during 2000, Windows XP, Mac OS X, and Android.